Hey everybody, Danny One here. Thanks for joining us. This week I'm going to cover how can you go about generating effortless yards with the big stick. You've seen the guys, maybe your playing partners or the guys on TV, and they've got these lovely silky smooth swings with explosive energy right at the business end, right down at the bottom. And you want to know how to go about achieving that. At the same time, you want to do it in a way that actually works for you. I coach people from their teens right through into the 70s and 80s. And every single person I coach can gain yardage with their game, and they can certainly gain it with the exercise that I'm going to give you in this week's training. No matter your age, you can generate more power and accuracy with your drive. So many people just do not have the correct sequence in the golf swing, which is what we're going to cover. And that is why they look like they're trying really, really hard and they're not getting any extra distance from all the effort that they're putting in. Now, I don't know about you, if that's one of you, if you're trying to put loads of energy into your shots and you're just still not getting those yardage, well, in this week's training, I'm going to show you how you can go about achieving it. Before we do, if this is one of your first videos, please consider subscribing. I release content like this every single week to try and help you improve your game. So what are we after? Well, let's get right down to it. The silky smooth swing and the power and the snap comes from the right kinematic sequence. It's one of the golden phrases in golf. It sounds very technical, but it's very, very straightforward. And everyone can do it. And if you can throw a ball, you can do this motion. So it's simply this. The real big, powerful hitters, they get to the top of the backswing here. And what they do is as they're getting to the top, the lower section starts the downswing, followed by the torso, followed by the arms, and then finally, it's snapping in, the hands come in and snap through that shot. So you get, let's say there's 4 things happening: feet, torso, arms, hands, and it delivers like that. If I threw a ball, watch this. Feet, torso, arm, hand. Watch this as I go through this. Natural. You can throw a ball, you already have this in you to be able to do. Problem is, what does the average player do? Well, they don't look fluid a lot of the time. They look like they're putting loads of energy in and not getting the rewards. What happens instead? Well, they maybe get to a decent backswing position, and instead of, in a sense, starting here, now they start here. So that it starts from the wrong end. So now what happens, they hit really hard here, and the final thing to move is their feet. If you're a slicer of the golf ball, this is really typical because, I'd say 85% of golfers all around the world slice. Why do they do that? Well, they get to here, they come over the top. Why are they coming over the top? Because they're hitting from the wrong place. Watch this. If I throw a ball, watch this naturally. Would I ever come over the top? Would I ever do this? Unlikely. Look at this. I'm skimming stones here. Look at this. I'm always going to be coming naturally from the inside. So the over-the-toppers, the slicers, all those things are generally caused by not understanding the correct sequence, or understanding the correct sequence but not being able to do it. So let's go through now some simple exercises so you can start to feel what it is. Before we do, let me hit a shot just to show you this in action here. So, back here, swinging back, get that lower section starting first, and away we go. Right, now, simple exercises. If you can throw a ball, you can start to do this. So we've got to, whenever you try and make a change in your golf swing, and to be able to kind of understand and then feel the right sequence in golf, you're going to have to do things that are exaggerated. So we want to be able to when you get to the top of the backswing here, we want to be able to help you, in a sense, get that right sequence going in. So in a sense, feeling that the lower section is starting, etc. The problem is I know that you can already do this. So what I want you to do is I want you to start throwing a few balls like this. Kind of like skimming a stone. Don't throw it overarm. Just imagine you're simply just throwing them like this. And notice this, I'm stepping and I'm firing. I went back home to Leeds to see my dad, and he typified what I see so often with golfers. Their feet look like they're in cement. They're rooted to the deck. All through good intentions, you want to hit the ball straight, you want to have it under control, you root your feet in cement, and then you hit like this, right? So I needed to help him feel the freedom. He needed to wake up his legs so that he can start using them. And that's the first thing we're really going to do with you, to take those legs from out of the cement, the fast asleep, and just start getting them working like this. Fire. Fire. Then what I'll do is, even with your driver, you don't have to do this to driver straight away. You could maybe start it off with an iron. What I want you to do then is this. Try the same thing. Just imagine your friend, watch this. I'm going to imagine now, just imagine repeating the same thing, as if I'm throwing. Now, when my dad did this, he really felt like his legs were going and the body was lagging behind. Yeah, because look, when you throw, the legs have gone, the body lags, and then it comes in later. So what he did is he started slow, he did a few hovers over the ball, and just started to kind of go, okay, yeah, now I get that feeling. So then you go to the golf ball, and it's very, very important, you don't go in there, start smashing and beating balls away. I want you to ask you a question. At what pace would you need to swing at to be able to feel this motion? For most people, it's just a little bit slower. So watch this. We get ourselves set, and we're going to imagine now, do another rehearsal. Just imagine we're throwing that ball. We get ourselves set, nice and slow. And away we go. Just getting that motion here. Now, things that prevent this from happening quite a lot for people is it feels much, much freer. You might even feel like your head's moving through the shot, and all those things are absolutely fine for this. You've got to learn the correct sequence. When you throw a ball, yeah, when you throw a ball here, these things happen naturally. Nobody comes over the top, and it looks much, much silky smooth. Some of you may be playing golf right-handed, but are left-handed people. So throwing is possibly not the best analogy, and that's fine too. So what you can do is use this one. Now this is for both sides as well, so anyone can do this, but what I want you to do instead is you could take your driver, and you could start to practice stepping and going. So watch this, swing back, step, and go. Step, and go. Just get the sensation. Now again, this can take a bit of coordinating, but let's have a look at this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk to this driver, I'm going to step, and go. Yeah? So you just practice generating and doing exercises that basically exaggerate the motion. If you try to do this subtly and you rush to a golf course and you're trying to kind of push down and stuff, these are too subtle. It's very difficult to learn like that, you know. You've really got to kind of feel that this is like an exaggerated motion. It won't feel comfortable for some of you. It feels a bit out of control. If you're losing control of the golf ball, sometimes the last thing you probably want to do is create all this freedom. It feels completely counterintuitive. But do you know what? It's the control, for most of you out there, it's the control that is basically getting you doing this, getting you swinging over the top. The people that can start to learn to let go and allow more natural motions to happen, the faster they will be at getting the club into the slot. Watch this position here. Look, when I swing here, back, look at how naturally it starts to go into the slot. Let's have another look at this. So we'll do the step exercise again. So I'm going to put the ball in front of me here. I don't care where it is, there's no accuracy. I'm literally just stepping to get that feeling here. Then I'm going, notice how this bit lags behind, then comes in. So let's have another look at that. Step. go, okay? Let's go back to the throwing action just one more time because I love this motion here. So throwing action. You don't have to, in a sense, throw balls actually when you're in round, but this could be part of your, in a sense, your pre-shot routine. You're getting yourself set here, stepping, throw. Learn to feel what it's like. My dad said he felt as though he was really, it was much freer and he was actually letting go. That's another thing. Not hanging on. Step, let go. Step, let go. Get yourself set. Try to replicate that sensation. Maybe then do 2 or 3 swings. Imagine, look, I'm just throwing. Let's have another go at that motion there. Watch this. Back, throw.
You were saying?
My watch keeps going up. Excuse me. So, what are we trying to get? We want to get that silky smooth swing. Every single one of you out there has that swing inside you. You do it because you can throw, right? You do it because if you're playing golf right-handed but you're left-handed, you do it because actually, do you know what? When you step and go for something, if you're playing tennis or something, it would be natural. What stops people having this silky smooth swing is concern over results, concern whether they're going to strike it, putting their feet in cement so they're rooted to the deck. This staticness, the nervousness, the need for control kind of keeps people frozen. We want to break out of that to allow more natural motions to happen, okay? So what have we done? We said, look, imagine that you're going to throw. Let your throwing action be your coach in this situation. Step, go. Learn to feel what's happening for you. It's going to be different. The feelings I get are going to be different to yours, and that's absolutely fine. My dad, like I said, he really felt as though, exaggerated, these hits were turning, and it was like, bang. My dad's coming up to 75 this year, I think it is now. So he was really kind of, and he had loads of mobility, you know, it's more than he realized. So he got that sensation, and immediately, I don't know how much yardage we had, but it was a ton. Then, that's a great action. I love that one. The second one is simply the step exercise. This one that people don't like because it kind of feels way out of control and they don't hit good shots to start off with. But again, it's an exaggerated feeling for you to get the step and the motion, that pressure going into the ground. So step and then go. Really give it a go. It's one of my favorites, this one, to try and get that natural motion and also natural effortless power into your swing. Look, if you know some of your friends who are struggling with the driver and you know they're trying really, really hard, share this video with them. And of course, if you're enjoying the training, give it a thumbs up and maybe come and join us next week if you haven't subscribed already. But until next week, have a great golfing week.